Seekonk Speedway, the action track at East. Here comes another Saturday. It looks promising.
No modifications allowed other than to make them safe. They have to have roll cages and the gas tanks have to be welded in place and a lot of other stuff like that. But other than that, there is no, these are not high-speed racing cars. This is the street division. And we... Now you show them. Scott LaBelle in that R80 automobile. Scotty LaBelle has got that 80 and he's got it moving. The 24 of Chris McGee down the inside. Look at McGee squeezing down through under that yellow number 33, Sean Sylvia. Chris McGee has moved down to take over the lead, but not for long. Let's see, Scotty LaBelle is trying to hold on to the lead. Scotty LaBelle in the 80 is trying to close it back up in again and get in front of Chris McGee and stay there. The 19 of Bobby Rotundo, Rob Rotundo. Rob Rotundo was following Chris McGee's number 24 through the turns. Ooh, Chris McGee way down in on the infield. Adrian, would you just check the sound and see how we're doing as far as the adjustments? I did it quickly and I'm not sure.
Oh, you weren't supposed to touch anything. It was set. Just right.
No, everything was off. Everything was off. Zero. Nothing worked. Nothing works at that point.
What do you mean?
The microphones were off.
He left it?
They were all turned off.
No, they weren't, because when I left here...
Well, when I plugged this microphone in and went in there, it was zero. And it didn't work. Okay, number 19, Rob Rotundo. Rob Rotundo with Scott LaBelle running in second spot. Down the inside is the 22. That's Dennis Stample. Denny Stample, and he's coming on strong. Denny Stample coming on strong. The 03 of Paul Melberg. Paul Melberg. Paul Melberg moves into the third spot with Matt Dewey in the 0-2, working hard to get in there. Remember, they're trying to qualify for starting position in the feature event. Ooh, the 24 is burning out a wheel bearing. The 24, Chris McGee, is burning out a wheel bearing. That's that smoke pouring out of the front end. If he can make it through 2 more laps, he can make it around, but I don't think so. That front end is going to lose that front tire. That front wheel is getting ready to go up. It's turning white hot now. 1 more lap to go for the 19, Rob Rotundo, with the 22, Dennis Stample in second spot, coming out. Here's the 03 of Paul Melberg. And he made it by before that front wheel went up on...
Bringing up the rear of the field in the last row in the 13th starting spot out of the Lakefield Nash will be Larry Westgate. And in the 14th position will be the number 74, Brian Dale out of Warwick. A couple of positions as the number 86 jumps right out to an early lead. Ed Gannon in the 3rd and the 8th. In the hunt, wants that top spot. Here comes James Lawrence in the 81. Dives into that 3rd position. The 86 is a little bit sideways, doesn't lose any ground though, and Ed Gannon is in the hunt on his back bumper. Watch that yellow car, the 81 of James Lawrence. James Lawrence is working his way up to that top 2. Let's see if he can take the lead. Up along the outside, running a torrid pace is the number 2 of John Silva. Started in 8th, worked all the way up to the 4th position, the number 2 for John Silva. Tony Olszewski breaks out of that pack, grabs the 5th position, and here comes Kenny Morris set up along the outside in the number 11, that beautifully painted purple number 11, takes over the 6th position. Ed Gannon the 3rd goes to the bottom, down the backstretch and takes the lead going into turn 3 at the halfway point. It's Ed Gannon the 3rd. Here comes James Lawrence in that precision sponsored number 81. Can he take over 2nd position? He's trying as hard as he can down the backstretch. Gains a car length on the 86. Down through turns 3 and 4, he gains a little more. Brings out a little sideways. Let's see if he can get up to that 2nd position. Hugs the bottom, the 81 hugs the bottom, the 86 gets a little high. He gains another car length on him. 2 to go. 2 to go for Ed Gannon the 3rd. James Lawrence challenging the bottom of that number 86, trying to take over that 2nd position. The 86 leaves it open, the 81 puts the pedal to the metal, gets up along the bottom of the 86 with 1 to go. 1 to go, the 81 of James Lawrence takes over that 2nd position. And down the backstretch he comes, the number 8 of Ed Gannon the 3rd. Up underneath the checkers for the win in the 2nd Street Stock feature heat here tonight. That car is sponsored by Connell's Auto Salvage and the Showroom Touch. That car is powered by a Nate racing engine. The chassis is built by B&G Racing.
Sergeant seatbelt. Talk to you about seatbelts and safety fit. As we get go with Chris Robbins in the 91 automobile from Norton, Nancy Sherman from Lakeville, and car number 67. Do I have anything on that? Demolition Derby. And it's green and we're racing.
I just gave all the flyers away.
Okay. There's that 91 of Chris Robbins. I just don't count, I can see that. 91 of Chris Robbins coming around. 68 of Dave Titus. The 76 Rich Napier. Rich Napier trying to hold on a little bit sideways in that primer colored 76 as the 00 Gene Weston trying to stay off his back bumper. And look at the 91 Chris Robbins trying to hold on to that lead. It's Dave Titus. Dave Titus. Working hard. Dave Titus has the lead. Rich Napier's right behind him in the 76. Chris Robbins at the halfway mark. The cross flags, folks, mean halfway. At the halfway mark, we still have that 68 of Dave Titus. Everybody really behaving themselves so far in this race. Getting around beautifully. As that 68 of Dave Titus. Showing the way to the 76 of Richie Napier. Rich Napier looking to try to take over the lead, but not doing a very good job. Cannot get that red number 76 up and out around the 68. And nobody else is able to move up. They're staying pretty much in line like a freight train. The 37 around sideways. Paul Jakes really was pouring it through that turn. Paul's trying to move up and he breaks loose the minute he does. Watch the 37 if he gives it any. Oh, the 69 doing the same thing. That's Roger Sisson. The minute they start to move up, they break loose. It may be the track is wet. It may be the track is hot. It may be the steam. Whatever it is, right now it may be the finish, and it is with the 68 of Dave Titus and the 76 of Rich Napier as they qualify for starting position in the feature event. It could be the...
Slated to start next on the grid in the 7th position will be the number 08 for Weymouth Mass resident Russell Bryant Jr. Outside Russell will be the number 120 for Jeff Waterman. 34. Bringing up the rear of the field will be the 38 of Keith Morrow. And it's the green flag, the Bowman. The Bowman in the 53 works that outside groove, outside Steve Blaze, but Steve Blaze gets the lead down the back stretch, and the Bowman takes him in a little deeper. Let's see. He hugs the bottom, gets it worked up to the top, cannot get it finished, cannot get up alongside of that number 6, the 36, the number 36 of Jeff Sutcliffe. Real badly off the pace, lost about 5 positions in a half a lap. Looks like he may have some sort of front end trouble as he turns the car and it will not turn. It has a severe push.
Noticing that on the last heat, everybody was pushing hard, breaking loose too.
Real bad push. The track conditions tonight are not conducive to the best times, and you see that if the guys are not hooked up perfectly, that's what happens. That number 36 goes from 4th all the way to the rear. And here comes Steve Gardner and Russ Tatro in the 62 and the 58, battling for that 3rd position. The number 58 of Steve Gardner gets the whole shot out of turn 2 and takes over that 3rd spot at the halfway point. Keep an eye on that 120 of Jeff Waterman. He started at 8. He's working on the 08 right now. Looking at the bottom, but the 08 shuts the door. 3 wides, the story in the back. As Russ Tatro gets shifted up high and loses a couple of positions. The number 63 of Ken Spencer also working his way up. And that all glass company sponsored number 38. Showing him the way now, though, is the number 60. Is the number 6 of Steve Blaze. The Bowman still working on his back bumper with 2 to go. Let's see if the 53 and the 6 can battle this out to the end. And the 12 gets way sideways, coming out of 4, keeps it going, hugs the bottom going through turns 1 and 2, and it will be one more lap. This time around for Steve Blaze as the Bowman, the 53 of Steve Taylor. Masterfully works the back bumper. He has one more lap. We have a tangle down here in turn 3. Between the 34 and the 41.
They're out of harm's way.
But it looks like it's going to be the checkered flag for the number 6 of Steve Blaze out of Somerset. Steve Blaze takes the final qualifying meet here tonight in the street stops. That's a 79 Trans Am. This is his 2nd season behind the wheel, and the crew chief is Ed Gannon. The chassis is built by B&G.
Just tell me what you want.
Well, I don't know if you read this or not.
Oh yeah, I've gone through that. Yeah, I've gone through that.
What did it say?
I'm trying to go. I've got a race I'm trying to do. Do you want me to play games here and give you the 20 questions? Ron, you do this. I'll tell her what you want. June 30th is the last day to get all the
Yellow,
entries
number 4, brings the field down to Ron Reed in the 89, and Ray Alexander gets the whole shot. Tom Scully follows suit, slides right down into the 2nd position, and is now nailed to the back bumper of that number 4. Let's see if Tom Scully can get by. The 43 of Ken Kohler Jr. working that outside groove. Chad Chase following through with the number 8. Let's watch Chad Chase and whoa. The 18 gets sideways, makes slight contact with Glenn Lawton, and Glenn Lawton does a complete 360, but is able to continue in that number 70. And it's still Ray Alexander Jr. with Tom Scully working that bottom groove. Ray's leaving it to bottom open a little bit. Ray sees it, but does not have the power to pull it off. 1, 2, 3, it's Ray Alexander, Tom Scully, and Ron Reed in the top 3. Here comes Herb Wright in that 48, working that 4th position. wants to better it, you can bet on it. Here comes Chad Chase outside the 43 of Ken Cola. Easily gets by and is now in the 6th spot. Ray Alexander showing him the way in his first Sportsman Heat. The Bow Brothers sponsored machine way out front. Tom Scully looking at the bottom every single lap. Let's see this time. No, he cannot. He does not quite have the horsepower off the turns. This time again he looks to the bottom. Again he cannot pull it off. And it's the halfway point. Chad Chase works that upper groove around the 53. And at the line he doesn't quite cut it, but going into turn 1 it looks like he's got it made. Down the back stretch he goes, the 53 and the 8. The 8 working his way up, looking for that 5th position. Turn right, running a little wide, but leaves Chad Chase room. And again, Chad dives down into turn 1, gains a position and looking for another one. Let's see. And down into turn 3. Takes her in deep and out of 4, and he's got him at the line. It's the LaCava brothers, number 8. Bow Brothers, number 4, out front. 3-4 laps to go. Let's see, the Sportsman of Ray Alexander Jr. It'll be 2 to go this time around for Ray Alexander. Chad Chase working that 4th spot, looking to the outside of the 89 of Ron Reed. 2 to go. It looks like Chad may get another position before this ends, and yes, he gets up alongside him as it down the backstretch, takes it deep into number 3, and will he get it at the line? It'll be 1 to go. Yes, no, it's an even heat between the 89 and the 8. The number 8 gets her out of turn 3, gets up alongside of the 2nd spot man, Tom Scully, and it will be Ray Alexander Jr. with Chad Chase, Tom Scully, and Ron Reed. Ray Alexander Jr. in his 90 Regal takes the win here tonight in the first Sportsman Heat.
Demolition Derby, so make sure. Pick them up downstairs below us right now. Make them out, get them right back. Jeffy Goodrow in car number 31 from Pembroke. This Cisco's Performance J&B equipment. Starting positions in the feature event. Here we go with the Sportsman Heat. And the 31 grabbing a great big portion of the lead. The 80 of Guy Workman tries to get under Jeff Goodrow and has to back again out of it as the 99 of Glenn Young. Glenn's running the stainless steel wheels tonight. That means he's got a different set of tires on. As Glenn has got the stainless steel on the 99, the shiny chrome wheels. He's on the outside trying to take over the lead, but the 31 is using a lot of that racetrack. That 31 of Jeff Goodrow, he's driving wide and high, getting around. The 80 gets off the track, back on again, but loses some spots as the 42 of Bobby Leclerc moved quickly up into 2nd spot, or 3rd spot as it were. And now the 31 is down. Jeff Goodrow is down on the inside, and we'll be hanging in there as we're doing a lot of singing and sliding going through the turns. We're still having problems getting through the turns as the track hasn't developed its stickiness yet. Glenn Young is taking over the lead with Bobby Leclerc running in 2nd spot. Down the inside goes Bobby Pellin in the 12. Bobby Pellin in the 12 in deep into the turns. They made it 3 deep in the turn. Coming out of it, and Pellin takes over 3rd spot in that 12 car. Glenn Young at the halfway mark with Bobby Pellin in the 12 2nd spot. Dana Willis goes into a long flat slide back out onto the racetrack, and we keep on going. It's the 99 of Glenn Young being challenged by Bob Pellin Jr. in the 12 with the 42 of Leclerc. Bobby Leclerc on the 42. Linwood Cowan gets by the 31 automobile. 31 being a hard man to get by. Mike Santiano finally squeezes by. As we're coming down. In the lead right now, Bobby Pellin Jr. in that 12 car as he is motivating. Bobby Pellin really has it hooked up. In 2nd spot, the 42 of Bobby Leclerc and the 99 of Young. Pellin stretching it out, giving it its head. A little bit squirrely coming out of that 2nd turn, so things are just a bit on the greasy side. Watch that car squirreling. Whoa, we got a front fender off the Dana Willis, front bumper off Dana Willis's car. The entire section, we'll have to call it off.
80 and a 77.
We'll have to call it off for debris on the racetrack, as Dana Willis loses a pretty good portion of the front end. They cannot touch the gas until they get to the line right in front of the pit entrance, right there. Now we're green and going. Green, white, and checker. As the 12 of Bobby Pellin, with Leclerc staying right with him this time. The tires take a lap or two to heat up. Okay, one more lap to go. Final lap to go in this qualifying event for the Sportsman event. One more to go. Bobby Pellin brings him around. Bobby Leclerc is second. Young is third with the 56 of Cowan. Up there in fourth. Santiano is fifth. The 33 is sixth. Ryan Maybaum. Now Murray gets into Maybaum. Whoa, the 31 around hard. And he really tags the side of the 77 and catches the 80. But the 31 came around hard and went into Dana Willis very, very hard. Dana Willis, who had in and out of the pits after losing a lot of the front end.
Paul Vaness from Warwick. On the inside, the number 95 car, Bill Manchester Jr. from
What have I got
Westport.
now of those?
In the first row, the outside position, the number 19 of Doug Morrow from a Sonnet. And a pole sitter tonight is the number 71 car of Mike. Ready to go? We've got it, ladies and gentlemen. The green flag drops. We're underway for our third sports event here at Seekonk Speedway.
Bag, the paper bag.
The 23 car right away getting a little sideways. Going up high on the inside as the traffic jams up in the 3, 4, and 5 position. 19 looking for wide open spaces. The 95 car, Bill Manchester, challenging, bumping, and grinding a little bit, but the 19 of Doug Morrow of Sona gets ahead. That's 23 of Kevin Knapp doing his best trying to get inside, but it looks like his rear end is getting a little bit loose. We've got a black flag for the 44 car. We'll try to find out as much information as we can on that. That's a Shane Gamboa in the 44 car trailing behind. Again, 1, 2, and 3 is 19. The 95 of Manchester, the 23 of Kevin Knapp. And now things are closing up as Manchester is knocking on the door trying to get in, and the 23 car again trying to go on the inside. Knapp not really hanging on though. Once he looked at the straightaways being outpowered. A lot of muscle in these automobiles, and now here comes 95. Manchester makes his move, goes down on the inside, and overtakes Doug Morrow for Sonnet. Manchester really moving now. Tremendous driving right there. This is just a heat. As we approach our halfway mark, it's Bill Manchester in the 95 car, again being challenged by the 19 of Doug Morrow, the 23 of Kevin Knapp. The 44 car of Shane Gamboa is out in the pits. We'll try to find out as much as we can for you on that one. And the race for 4th and 5th position, the 9 car, making his moves, is Paul Vaness, making his moves on the 3 car, moving right on the inside, getting caught a little bit on the outside corner of the automobile, but he makes it. And now hanging on tight. There's a heck of a race going on between the number 9 of Vaness and number 3 of Joe Peary Jr. out of Swansea. Peary brought to us from New England Tire and Battery and Tweet Belzanos. 1, 2, and 3, still your leader, the 95 car, Bill Manchester Jr., followed by Morrow in the 19 and Kevin Knapp in the 23. And now the gap opens wide between 4th and 5th position as we get down to 2 laps. Number 3 looks like he's in trouble. Joe Peary Jr. is dropped way back now. Possibly losing his qualifying spot. We'll find out. He may end up in the consolation. And in 6th position here, with a loose hood, is the number 32 car of Bill Goodrow.
Loose hood.
We're getting our checker. We've got it, ladies and gentlemen. The 95 car, Bill Manchester Jr. takes first position in your 3rd Sportsman Heat. Bill comes out of Warwick, brought to us from KAR Automotive, and Bill, I'm sure it's going to be even better this year.
Okay, now ready to go with the Cisco Performance Mike Cavallero's car number 87 on the pole. And alongside of him is Ronnie Pond's car number 40, driven by Westport's John Tripp, car number 40. Dave Blanchard in the 74 from Middleborough, D. Silva Trucking, Collegetown Mobile, with Speed Talks. Charlie Let's see what Charlie says. And the green, yes, we're coming out and going. As they can't get the 8 going. Call AAA. Yes, Johnny Tripp grabs a great big portion of the lead. Johnny was running very strong last week and dropped back. See how things work out for him tonight. As the 74 is totally out of control and he loses a left rear tire. The 74 loses a left rear tire and it just rolls right off the rim. Those are, of course, tubeless tires, Pete, and when they let go like that, 6 automobiles to qualify. Here's the green out. And once again, Tripp takes the lead. Lenny Ellis in the 41 moves into that second spot. Vinny Anaromo right behind him. That number 11 car of Anaromo performing very well tonight. It's Johnny Tripp, Lenny Ellis, Vinny Anaromo, 48 of Fred Estelle Jr. A little pushing out there as they get awful close to the wall. And Cavallero ends up way out at the back. Mike Cavallero started in the front. And he is not handling for beans tonight as he goes all the way to the back. Doing all right.
Yeah, they're going. Johnny Tripp, the number 40 car, is just in a 13.10 lap. That's very quick, especially for a heat.
Well, I was under the impression they weren't going that fast because the way that they seem to be bogging down in the turns, as we said before, because of the excessive humidity. We're not seeing the usual snap that we're used to as far as coming out of the turns, but they appear to be getting around a lot better than I thought they were.
It's just about 91 miles an hour.
That's fast enough. Johnny Tripp doing a good job of staying out in front. Lenny Ellis is second. Freddie Estelle up on the outside in that 48 automobile. Vinny Anaromo, he's decided to choose the outside lane.
Tripp is completely in clean air. He's got the track to himself. He's unstoppable right now in this heat. Hopefully be able to maintain that pace throughout the night.
Vinny Anaromo has to get up beyond Jimmy Wilkins in order to qualify that number 11 automobile. Remember, only 6 are going to qualify, and if Jimmy Wilkins can stay a nose ahead of Vinny Anaromo, Vinny will have to qualify by way of the Consi. If we have enough cars to make a Consi. Oh, Lenny Ellis's car has quit. Lenny's car has quit.
Wilkins really caught some trouble in turn 3. He had the 87 right into his right rear quarter.
Yeah, of course they're running without brake lights. When that happens, all they can do is quickly throw his hand up in the air and hope that he can get it going.
Very lucky that the number 5 car didn't suffer any damage.
Lenny was reaching and pushing and flipping switches and everything else, trying to find out what was going on, what he could do to get that car going again, but he could not restart the 41.
That's the battle for qualifying.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
You can see the damage on the 87 car where he banged into number 5 Wilkins. He's pushing it straight up. We've got our checker. On the inside position, Junior's Auto Supply brings us from Rochester the number 3 car, Bruce Gomer-Taylor. In the third row on the outside, Drew Auto brings us the number 00 car, Rich Caparco. On the inside of that row, the number 22 car, Tony Dias Jr. from Rehoboth. You've got the green flag, ladies and gentlemen. The green flag drops.
It's probably warm, but it's wet.
Thank you. Whoa! The 24 gets a little sideways coming out of turn 4. Randy Burke keeps it in control, but the pressure is on. Rick Hanato is putting the pressure on the inside, trying to grab that position. He does it. He does it coming out of turn 4. They are neck and neck. And Tony Dias Jr. in the Boston Chicken car, the number 22, is really fighting now. trying to get that inside position for second place. He's doing a great job on the track. Tremendous driving. The battle is continuing. First, second, third, and fourth position. Then the number 1 car, that's Dick Houlihan. Also challenging the 44 car, Randy Burke, not hanging on. Slowly drifting back, losing his top 3 positioning. Keep your eye on Dias. Dias is going to try to muscle his way. That's a powerful car. The car of Tony Dias Jr. trying to make it on the outside of Rick Hanito. Dropping back just a bit, is being challenged now by Houlihan. Houlihan and Dias neck and neck. Knocking on the back door of that 24th car. 04 is going to the pits. Ron Nordbeck going to the pits to try to get information on that as we approach our halfway mark. Halfway mark, Tony Dias going way on the outside. He's got some damage in that right front quarter. And he's dropping back now. Is the number 3 car, Gomer Taylor, running hard, going on the inside, challenging Houlihan. And still the 24 car, Rick Hanito, is hanging on by inches to that lead. Whoa, watch the maneuvers, here comes Houlihan, trying to outcome him. Everyone's going high, they're cautious. They're cautious in this heat, Jim. They'll try to get a lead lap time for you.
That 6th spot is still very much in question right now.
You're right about that. And it's opening wide between the 4th and 5th position. Rick Martin in the 94 car tries to maintain that 6th. We've got a 13:38 lap on the number 1 car. It's slow average for these automobiles.
Yeah, but we've been in traffic almost all the way. Both those lead cars have been working themselves over, and that does slow them down.
You're right about that. A lot of turbulence in the top 3 positions. This Tony Dias is really working hard, trying to get his way up.
2 to go.
2 laps. 2 laps to go. Keep an eye on that 6th position. The Rick Martin car in the 94. With a 2-car lap lead between him and the 32 behind him. 32, Dale Quarterly trying to make his way into qualifying. 1 lap to go for your current leader, the number 1 car of Dick Houlihan. Will he get the checker? He does, ladies and gentlemen. Dick Houlihan of Lakeville, sponsored by J&R Precast, Precision Racing Engines, De Blasio Corporation, takes the checker flag.
Almax Diner of Fall River in car number 64 on the pole. Go! No, I keep well, okay. Car number 33 is Rayleigh, the Valley Construction. Arthur's Auto Parts sponsored car number 33. Norman Holden. Jimmy Whitehead from Harrisville, Rhode Island, car number 56. And RNS Rental American Paving. And Fortin Farms, car number 18 is Tex Barry. As Sandy Gustafson, what the heck's his name? Steve Gustafson's car number 17 is out in this one. Another car sponsored by American Paving. Didn't have it.
Jim, watch that battle going on for 6th position again, final qualifying here.
A lot of heavy traffic right in that 6th spot. That is not the place to be. George Rigo right now has the place to be. That's out in the lead. As Steve Channing running in 2nd spot. But look at that traffic for 6th.
Now, Tex Barry, the 18 car is completely closed out.
Barry and St. Angelo, the 8 are... What I was going to say, I was watching the wrong car.
We'll get you time on the 64 car, your leader, George Rigo.
And Gustafson having problems with the 17, pulling it into the pits. Steve having problems with the 17. Tex Barry not doing his usual with the 18 tonight. It's not getting around like it should.
He's not doing well at all. They're again on the low average. They're averaging about 90 miles per hour per lap.
That's That's fast enough for me. There's Rigo. Rigo still has the lead in the 64. Channing is holding on to that second spot, hoarding it. And now Eddie St. Angelo gets underneath Sal Pietro. St. Angelo gets underneath as Holden gets under Sal Pietro. Looking to put Holden and looking to put Sal Pietro back out of contention for a starting position. Norm Holden moves up into a qualifying spot in that 6 car. For some reason, it doesn't look like Tex is having problems with handling. It looks like he's having engine trouble tonight, as that car is just going right along. The 81 Murray's throwing a lot of sparks. He's having problems getting through the turns. Rigo slowing down, coming into that 4th turn. Everybody had to look for a place to go.
Well, George is doing the right thing. He's driving very conservatively. He's saving it. He's got the car. He's got the power to get the 2 laps.
With 1 more lap to go, it's George Rigo. George Rigo with Channing 2nd. The 33 Rayleigh 3rd. Tripp is 4th and St. Angelo 5th. Norm Holden is 6th. You can see who's going to qualify in this one. As the 7th position is well back behind the line. Ooh, Murray got into a little bit of a slipperiness up there. He almost took a ride. So George Rigo doing a fine job from North Dartmouth.
Resident, the number 33 for Brian Maybach. Next in line, 2nd row inside will be the number 20 for Herb Shoemaker out of Taunton. Outside Herb, 4th starting position, will be rookie driver number 45. Will be the number 70 for Glenn Lawton. The bowman, Mike Taylor, shows him the way. Steve Taylor shows him the way. Out the line, jumps right out to an early lead and leads the field down from turns 1 and 2. The 33 of Brian Maybach working the back bumper over on that 53, looking to take over that top spot. And keep in mind, 6 qualified, only 6 qualified. The rest will load up and go home. And so far, it's been the number 53, Steve Taylor, rookie driver, showing him the way as Scott Estrella takes over that 3rd spot in the number 45. Brings her hard out of turn number 4, way out sideways. Manages to keep it under control. The number 20 drifts high as the 3 of Joe Perry Jr. dives to the bottom and takes over that 4th position. Dana Willis, with a snatched up front nose, follows suit and takes over the 5th spot. The man on the bubble right now will be the number 20. These guys have to get by him to go on to the feature event. Brian Maybach, that 33, eagerly works over the back bumper of that 53, wants to get to the front, even though it's a consolation event. It is a matter of pride, and the 33 dives underneath, comes in, gets to the bottom through turns 3 and 4, and at the line it is a dead heat. And let's see what he can do down into turns 1. The 53 drifts a little bit high, as the 33 boots it down the backstretch, manages to go in deep. Let's see at the halfway point. And it will be the 33 of Brian Maybach who takes the lead. There's still the number 70 of Glenn Lawton who is on the bubble. The 80 and the 20 have to get by that 70 or they will load up and go home without a pay here tonight. It's still the 33 of Brian Maybach, after making that spectacular pass, is in the lead and down the backstretch, showing the field the way down into turns 3. Scott Estrella working up to the back bumper of that 53, wants to take over yet another position. Brian Maybach doing a fine job holding off his fellow competitors here in the consolation event. And here comes Scott Estrella and Joe Perry Jr. with Dana Willis at the 77 in hot pursuit. And it will be the 96 for Robert Clark headed pit side with mechanical problems. It will be 2 to go. 2 to go this time around for Brian Maybach. Steve Taylor looks back underneath, cannot get it done. Maybach shuts the door. Down the backstretch, 1.5 laps to go. 1.5 laps to go for the 33 of Brian Maybach. Glenn Lawton in that final spot in the number 70. It doesn't look like anybody's going to challenge him as the 70 has 1 lap to go for that final qualifying spot. And it's still the 33 of Brian Maybach showing the field around. 2 more turns. 2 through 3, through 4, and down at the checkers it will be Brian Maybaum, Bourne, Mass resident. Altenburg, Volkswagen, Freetown Auto, and Nate's Racing Engines all bring you that 94 Regal. Brian Maybaum.
Jeff Costa in the 06 from Somerset. Jason Mosca from Providence in the 29, Dave Banville in Somerset, car number 81. Bill Scholler from Warwick in the 84 car. Robin Sloan from Seekonk in the 37 car. Jimmy Hegler from Tiverton in the 30. Scott Fitzgerald from Pawtucket in the 03. Howard Bishop from Portsmouth, Rhode Island in the 08. Kevin Capp. Once again, the Formula 4s ring-a-dingy-dingy their way to a feature event. I didn't do it. And off we go. Rod Luongo. And he's got that Michael Lopes on number 72, chasing him very hard. These are 4-cylinder automobiles, ladies and gentlemen. Front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, whatever you have. And some of them don't. As we get going and look at the traffic out there. 25 of them out there. We have got so many. We have 2 features. We'll have another feature after this one. With 25 in it. We got 50 of these cars. Way out wide, look out, it isn't that wide at that turn. They're 4, 5, 16 going into turns. As that 72 of Michael Lopes. You got a time on this one?
Well, we'll get you time right now. The 32, the 9, and the 11 are doing quite a dance out there.
That's called the Formula 4 dance. Yes, sir.
Number 11 car, I think, is just got some of his green number paint on the wall.
4 in hand.
Watch the 81 and 84.
81 and 84, really moving up through that traffic as that 81 automobile is motivating. That's Dave Banville and the 84 of Billy Scholler. Billy Scholler started back in 19th position. Look at him move up through. He's chasing that 84 of Dave Banville, who started in 18th, and we got a jam up right on the second turn. Look out! Yeah, we got Formula 4. Oh, no. Everybody get through there all right. We don't need the traffic now. 4 laps completed. Scott Banville, he gets in there. The turn now, looking for a restart in this Formula 4. Green and going. As Mike Lopes, once again, has a pretty good portion. Stan Sherman in the 20. Look at that 81 come up through. That 81 of Dave Banville.
You know, Banville always ends up in the top 5, it seems like, every week.
That's a 84 Volkswagen GTI. And here comes the 84 of Bill Scholler. That's an 87 Sirocco. The Volkswagens seem to do very, very well in this division.
Very well. The GTI was based on quite a lot of racing technology. That's the updated Golf.
The 72 hung up on the back of the 20. Can they get straight? Whoa!
Again, they're doing the dance.
Yes, they are. Of course, you will see some unusual movements on the part of these cars because many of them are front-wheel drives. That means they can pick the back end right off the ground. He's got a flat front tire, but somebody has to tell him, I think, as he's taking out the 4, and it looks like he blew the tire out on the floor as well. Jerry Berthollet ends up losing 2 tires out of that deal. The 72 is going to flat. That's Mike Lopes. He's the one that had the flat originally, and he passed it on. It's kind of looking for it again. Coming down with that 81 automobile of Dave Banville. Dave gets the thing in the Somerset sheet metal car, and it is off and running as the 78 off the track, back on the track, with 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. The 81 takes time to build up momentum as everybody gets up behind him, but once he gets that thing rolling...
Oh, there goes the 63 and the 30, Jim, in turn 4.
I think they're out of harm's way. It looks like we can keep going. As that checker starts to get ready to come out. One more time around for the 81 of Dave Banville.
Not surprising at all.
The 84 working his way up through. Billy Scholler, he's working his way up through. I'm surprised that Stan Sherman in the 20, he's managed to stay up there with some pretty sharp competition. As Scholler loses it, and speak of the devil, the 20 beats him across the line. There's an important move for Stan Sherman, as Stan has, he's had a couple of 20 finishes. He's also got a Volkswagen Rabbit, that number 20, but he appears to be doing something right on that car.
Dave's out of Somerset. He's employed at Gold Medal Bakery. Sponsored by Jerry's Automotive, Somerset Sheet Metal, Somerset Auto Parts. It's an 84 VW GTI. It's his second season. He does have a feature win in 93.
He's going to pay another $100 for going backwards, right?
He's not going backwards.
He's not going backwards? No, he's going the right way. Oh boy, Strawberry Moon, what can I say? They're going out that way, see, so that's what's confusing me.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a hand for number 81, Dave Banville.
Sharon Tetro will be on the pole from West Greenwich in the... Dave Harrison, the 36 is starting next. Dave Gavlik from Rumford in the 14. Paul Guimont Jr. from Cumberland in car number 24. Ray Lovelace III in the 62 is starting 17. Bobby Blanchett from Rumford is starting car number 82. That's a Benz engine automobile. Watch that one. Seekonk Grand Prix sponsored number 82. Tom Duffy from Warwick in car number 51. Ray Parent from Westport in the 02. Kyle Machan from Somerset starting next in line. Donnie Estrella from East Providence in the 93. And there we go.
Because it's in the skin zone, it won't hear you very well.
Okay. There's that 76 of Sharon Tetro. Has a very good lead. With the 96 of Rick Ellis running in second spot, the 80 into the infield. Cheryl Squarito. Sean Tetro, that's all right. Sean, I just changed the whole thing for you. Everything has changed. Looked like Sharon the way it was in the card here. Hold on, we got the 73 backwards on the racetrack. Can we get it out of there? Maybe we can get it going.
I guess.
And Mark Langlois gets it around and going again. Whee! Look out. 76 still in the lead, isn't he?
Yep.
76 of Sean Tetro still has the lead as the 28 of Kenny Casper is moving in on him. Kenny Casper moves in on Tetro. Kenny Casper in that 84 Mustang automobile, car number 28, moves in to try to take over the lead. Look out for the 96 as the 96 has ideas on taking over the lead as well. Ricky Ellis. 76. 96. Ricky Ellis. Nothing on the back of the car there. And the yellow is up because the 45 is hung up on the entrance to the pits. We can't have a car there. The 45 car is hung up at the entrance to the pits. We cannot have a car there. As Sean, again with that Mustang, being challenged. As that 28 of Ken Casper takes that other, oh, hold on, bang, he gets by him, everybody misses him. Look out, the 13 off the wall. I knew I mentioned it, here it is. It's right there. I couldn't find it before. It was there. It was there. It was there. It was there. And we got the LNL Mustang, Shady Tree Auto Sales. He has the lead as the Volkswagens chase him. The 46 with 2 laps to go, 2 laps to go. Look out, car number 82, Bobby Blanchett. Bobby Blanchett moves to the outside of Kenny Casper. That's a Sirocco Volkswagen. Car number 82, he gets by him, takes over the lead. Can he hold on to it? The 82 right now is your leader as it's Volkswagen against Mustang.
Oh, we're sideways on that 76 car. That Mustang goes into the infield on turn 4, Jim.
And the 62 and the 5 get tangled up. Meanwhile, the 82 coming out of the turn is looking for that black and white checkered flag, and he do it, as Bobby Blanchett picks up this feature event.
Tremendous driving. The number 82 car of Bobby Blanchett from Rumford, Rhode Island. Sponsored by Engines by Benz in Providence, Seekonk Grand Prix, Blanchette's Boutique. Bobby's employed at Wardwell Graders. 39-year-old Bobby Blanchette driving the 80 turns on only a third of a mile oval, going 62 miles an hour. They seem slower compared to, of course, the upper divisions. But they're really going. It takes a lot of courage to drive one of these cars. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Blanchette in the number 82. Let's give him a hand.
There you go. Okay.
Don't forget tomorrow afternoon at 6 o'clock, the Tony Dias fundraiser at the Old McDonald's restaurant just up the road a piece. Get your tickets at Grace Kalaki's truck in the pits or Grace Estrella. We'll all be there as we try to offset some of these fantastic medical bills for Tony Dias, the owner of car number 22. PD, in a special capacity, they can't get a uniform big enough to fit me anymore, but anyway, it's
Especially the hat.
no, the hat is all right. It's the belly that they can't. But you're never short trying to find help to do anything for Dan. Back in the 04, and Steve Gustafson, the American paving car number 17. And let's see what happens as they try to qualify. 6 are gonna make it. The rest of them load up and go home. They're all done. Last chance as that 00 Caparco having problems getting through the turns. Jimmy Wilkins, George Murray, and the 32 Quarterly getting around in good shape. As the 18 of Tex Barry Jr. moves up in there. Remember, only 6 to qualify. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 16 of Andy Johnson is on the bubble. Andy Johnson doesn't want to let anybody pass him.
Right, Jim, the pressure is on for that 16 car of Andy Johnson as the 37 gets a warning. Tony Salpetro gets a warning. We'll try to find out what for. And that 16 car has really got the pressure on him. He's holding up the rear. He's up 6 qualifiers.
He's hitting the tobacco with everything except the glove compartment. Just watch him. He's through. This is the first time we're seeing Henry Sirigamo get out there, and as Henry's trying to get that 8 tuned up and going, we still have the 16 car of Johnson still sitting in that bad spot.
It looks like the 17 car of Gustafson is going to bit. His 92 Lumen is going to be checked out by a screw right now. And the 5 car of Wilkins is just clear sailing. I'm sure everyone involved in the DARE program is very excited to see that right now.
Caparco in the 00 sees the 16 of Johnson getting bigger and bigger in the front of him, and he wants that position. He knows he has to have that to race in the feature. Here's your race between the 16 and the 00. The 16 and the 00 as the 00 pulls to the outside of the 16. Remember, the race is for 6th.
Camaro is burning it up. He's really burning it up in that 00. A lot of muscle in that car, Jim.
The young lad from Dighton, car number 16, Andy Johnson, has had a very successful shift into the Pro Stock division, but he desperately wants to stay in a qualifying spot now as he comes up hard against the back of Burr. He's going to stay right with him with 2 to go, 2 to go. There's your race between the 16, the 44, and the 00.
Oh, that Camaro is really outpowering the 16 Grand Prix. We'll see if he can do it.
Jimmy Wilkins with it all by himself.
I think that's what it's going to take, Jim. It's going to take pure muscle. Being high on the outside like that.
Who's going to finish in that 6th spot? A very vital moment coming up right now, coming out of the turn.
And that 44's in the way.
We'll have to wait on that one.
That was a photo finish.
We'll have to wait on that one.
Sponsored by Le Carver Brothers and L&L Used Auto Parts on the Inside is the number 08 car, sponsored by Consumer Auto, Matthews Auto. That's Rob Murray from Tiverton. In the 14th position, the number 12 car, sponsored by Auto Parts, Page Hauling. It's Bob Pellin Jr. Sponsored by Health Builders of Raynham and Cardassi Press. In the 13th position, out of Raynham. And Ron Cannell, the green drag flag drops. We've got it.
Ron Reed in the 19, though, side by side down into turn 1. That's a rookie competitor in that 89.
That 89 car is driving awfully well already, but the pack is tightening up. 19 car is dropping back, Ron. We've got the 19 car driven by Doug Morrow of Sonnet, always in the top 5 here at Seekonk Speedway, as the 89 car pulls away, getting ahead of Tom Scully out of Johnston. And there's the 4 going down on the inside, looking for third position. He's got it. The number 4 car, Ray Alexander Jr., fighting for it. And the 08 car goes down on the infield.
Second generation driver Rob Murray finds himself stranded on the second or third lap of this feature.
We're still under green. We are still under green. Scully in second, fourth position is Ray Alexander Jr. from Barrington. And it's the 56 car in your fourth position of Linwood Cowan from Swansea. Again, a veteran here at Seekonk Speedway. We've got a warning on the 19 automobile. And as the top 4 break away from the pack, Cowan coming down on the inside, trying to gather that third position spot. Fighting Ray Alexander Jr. with everything he's got in that Ford automobile. And there goes Alexander, moving ahead, making his move, coming down on the outside, trying to get around Scully, but cannot do it. Scully's been running well all year long here at Seekonk Speedway.
Bobby Pellin there in the number 12 keeps looking to the bottom of the 42, but the 42 shuts the door time and time again.
And there are your leaders, the 89 car, Ron Reed, the number 7 car, Tom Scully, the number 4 car, Ray Alexander Jr., followed and being challenged by the 56 car of Linwood Cowan. It's wide open between 4th and 5th. That's the 23 car in 5th position right now. Kevin Knabb doing everything he can to get into that top 5. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the point standing is really what it's about here at Seekonk Speedway. And the 95 car gets sideways, really gets deep into the infield, clearly out of the way, but it was quite a violent drive into the infield.
That's last year's feature winner there. Billy Manchester Jr. finds himself in a precarious spot.
He went up onto that infield ramp. He could have easily gone airborne. A lot of left quarter damage, but he looks like he's underway, and he's looking like he's doing well.
I don't think he lost a lap, Pete. I think he managed to hold on to the lead lap.
Halfway mark. We're at our halfway mark here at our Sportsman feature event at Seekonk Speedway. And this is why this is the action track of the East.
Pete, you got to admire the 89 of Ron Reed, a rookie competitor, starts pole, holding off guys like Tom Scully, Ray Alexander, Linwood Cowan. Absolutely amazing run for that rookie competitor.
We've got damage on the 95 car. We've got, that looks like oil, Ron. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that looks like oil.
I believe he'll be headed pit side, Pete. I don't think he's going to be able to get back out either.
Tough break for 95 in Manchester. Really violent way he went into that infield, digging up dirt. And here we go, our top 4. It's the 89 car, it's the 7 car of Scully, it's the 4 car, the 56 of Cowan.
10 to go for Ron Reed, Pete. Let's see if he can hold back Tom Scully. Tom Scully's torridly working over that back bumper, cannot find a way to get by, though.
I'll tell you, Ron Cornell, you are right, because that 89 car, Ron Reed, is really hanging on. Scully's trying to make his move, coming down on the inside. Coming down on the inside, but Ron Reed holds him off. And the 33 car has been black flag. We'll try to get information on that for you as quickly as we can. And the top 4 stay tight as Scully moving on the inside. 89 powers him, though. He's really got something under that pedal tonight in that 89 car, Ron Reed out of Rehoboth. Scully is doing everything he can. He's drafting him. Watch the way Tom Scully in that 7 car drafts, trying to get around, looking for clean air. But Reed hangs on time and time again. Tremendous racing, ladies and gentlemen, in the top 4 here in the Sportsman Feature Division. And now the 19th car knocking on Cowan's door. That's Doug Morrow from the Sun as we get down to 5 laps. 5 laps to go. The 89 car, the 7, the 4, the 56, and the 19. Your top 5, Doug Morrow and the Sun. Ron Reed hanging on. He's had the lead the entire race. Getting bumped now from Scully. Scully really trying to take advantage of that drafting technique. But cannot do it. He is holding it off. It's a very, very aggressive driving. As the pace moves around, the traffic is heavy. And the 28 car, blown motor on that 28 car. Up into turn 3. We are under yellow, ladies and gentlemen. The 28 car in turn 3 with a blown engine. 22 complete, and that car is headed for the evening. That's Todd Henshaw out of Raynham. A 93 Buick Regal, his 3rd season of racing. He's got 2 heat wins already. He was 3rd. In that 7 car, can Reed hold him off? There goes Ron Reed in the 89 car, doing a tremendous job at driving. Pure muscle as he gets out ahead, and Scully drops back to 3rd position. The 4 car, Ray Alexander Jr. slips quietly and smoothly into 2nd position as we're 2 laps. 2 laps to go. Scully has dropped way back now to 5th position, losing his advantage completely. And now Alexander is really knocking on the door of the 89 car of Reed. Reed giving it everything he's got, hanging on to that 1st position. There goes the 4 car of Alexander. He gets slippery, loses a little bit of time, but he's got muscle. Going high on the outside, he's going to try to drop down to the apex of the turn. He gets sideways, he cannot do it. It's down. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. The 89 car of Ron Reed unofficially takes the checker, edging out Cowan in the 56. Shiny's car care. Tremendous job driving that 81 Regal. It's his 3rd season, 1st in the sports division.
Yeah, we used to sing the big Peterbilt hauling around the fish all over the country. The sponsor for that, the W.E. Brake Company.
Sorry.
As
I don't want to harass.
that's why they call that the fish machine. What do you want?
And then what was going to happen? I'd like to thank my sponsors, West Ohio, W.E. Brake Company, and Chinese Cocktail. Excellent, Ron. Rookie competitor, Ron Reed in the winner's circle yesterday. Let's have a good one.
For one reason or another, we're able to make it out to the speedway. Like, this is our Number one, that we got this money for another fantastic night of race. But this is good time for us. And we actually want over
That mic doesn't, it's got a little feedback up on that stand here.
Which one's fixing?
The name of the famous. Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, who thrust bright and bright stars through the perilous fight.
Vinny Anarumo owned car number 12 from Barrington, Eddie St. Angelo. It's Velpart, Seekonk Lobster, Bay State, Lincoln, and Mercury. Sponsors the Raleigh Lindblad Ford-powered car number 48 from Westport, Fred Estelle Jr. Starting in 15th spot from Warren.
Get free admission. Lots of stuff from 94 HJY. Will be given away. Concert tickets, CDs. Love to see you now.
He's staying it. Ooh, the 87 doesn't get going. And we got a problem. The 87, he didn't get going. That could have been bad. But suddenly we had $1 million worth of race cars all right on by. It's great, we're racing. Great.
Oh, tremendous action in the 4th and 5th position between the 24 and the 33. Rayleigh's dropping back just a little bit. We'll keep an eye on him.
The last place he wants to be is behind Anatole and the 87 automobile of Caballero as they're battling it out. Ray wants to get around them, so does everybody else, as they're having problems getting through the turns.
A lot of traffic in that top 10 field right now. And Rigo's really bustling out.
Right now, Holy's ready to break loose.
Houlihan's going high. Jim, they look for the apex of that turn, especially in 3. That's where they plan on making their moves. And Houlihan is going to use the same strategy again.
He's 3 deep. He's 3 deep. That had to cost him some momentum. And allowed Channing to get underneath him. Rigo must be moving up.
Your current leader, Jim, right now is number 64 car, George Rigo from North Dartmouth. And Houlihan once again tries his strategy, looking for the apex of that turn. Extension body damage on that right front corner. See if he can hold it together. And George Rigo just turned a 13.4 lap on the low average. But he's still 2 car laps ahead. That's about a half-second lead. Here comes Houlihan coming on the outside.
Ray Lee finally gets out a little wide. Gomer Taylor would like to get by him, but he's hung up alongside of Caballero, as Ray and Caballero are effectively plugging the rest of the field.
Well, Jim, I'm not so sure Ray Lee isn't running that well tonight. That's a heck of a gap. It's a 1.42 second gap between the 23 of Channing and the 33 of Ray Lee.
On a quarter-mile track or a third-mile track, that's a lot of space.
You are absolutely right about that.
Gomer finally getting by. That whole back of the field with a lot of fast automobiles has yet to be able to break out. Ford-powered 48 of Estelle. There goes Houlihan on the outside for the lead. Houlihan making his move for the lead.
Jim, that is the exact strategy we were talking about. Going into turn 3, he goes up high, looking for the apex of that turn, and with all the bravado in the world, drops down and dips into it. Tremendous driving from Dick Houlihan.
Develops all his momentum.
It really is. Rigo has got the pure muscle though in that 64 automobile.
Trusting Rigo implicitly as they race side by each coming around. Rigo, relative newcomer to the Pro Stock division, and it shows how far he has come to be able to race alongside of somebody like Dick Houlihan lap after lap in a side-by-side mode. Last year, the auto Houlihan, and Holden gets a little bit sideways. That breaks up a lot of traffic behind him.
Houlihan just takes the lead. Houlihan just leaped his way in front, going over the start-finish line in front of Rigo. We'll see if he can hang on to it. Rigo's driving that 94 Grand Prix. Tremendous driving in your top 4 automobiles here tonight.
A bang and bump out there going into that third turn. Everybody ended up getting on the brakes very quickly. Got to do it again. Right now, Dick Houlihan has it all his own way. He has half a lap lead on some very, very fast cars.
We'll see if we get the passing flag for that 16 car. Houlihan just turned a 13.38 lap.
10 laps to go. And the 16 pulling off, going into the pits. 16 getting out of there, getting into the pits. As Houlihan draws into the tail end of the pack with 10 laps to go.
We're still on the low side of average, though. We're talking 89.68 miles per hour.
Houlihan is really not being challenged.
Well, Jim, I'll tell you this, I could not have predicted the way this feature is running this evening. Houlihan has got clean air, wide open spaces, the race between 2, 3, and 4, and then nothing but a 3-second lap between the number 4 and the number 5 position, driven by the 40 car of John Tripp.
Marty Estelle on the Lindblad 48
This is just incredible.
wants to make his presence known coming around Tripp.
Jim, we've got almost a 4-second gap between 4th and 5th position.
5 laps to go, Pete. 5 to go. As Houlihan is in lap traffic. 5 laps to go.
44 car Brandy Burr is really, I think he's going to get the passing flag.
Yeah, he's pulling them over. 4 to go. Whoa, we got bits and pieces all over the place. We got parts of a rear end, I believe. I think the Hanato lost the rear end out of the car or something. Because we got debris. Oh, he lost his rear spring. There's the spring.
Angelo in the 12 really got loose. He lost some stuff. 22 of Tony Dias Jr. drove right over it.
One of the best. We got green flag.
Well, with only 4 laps to go, and the field is now evenly lined up. We'll see what happens. But there goes Houlihan once again, wide open.
He is really hooked up tonight.
He really is, Jim. And now Rigo dropping back into 3rd position as the 88 car comes around, closing him out as we approach 2 laps. 2 laps to go.
And Bobby Tripp has problems in the left front. Bobby Tripp has problems in that left front of that automobile. He's fighting it, trying to hold on, but he was throwing sparks underneath it. And as you say, he may have broken something in that mess. Or he may have a tire going down. But everybody's staying away from him.
That left front quarter is not happy. There's your checker, Jim. The number 1 car, Dick Houlihan, takes the checker in our Pro Stop 35-lap feature event here at Seekonk Speedway.
Okay, smoking more and enjoying it less right at that point in time.
Well, they ran 31 laps under green. Tremendous night of racing. A little bit on the slow average side, 89 to 90 miles per hour.
We'll be going down to trackside and Ron Cornell, as soon as Bully gets around.
All the way around what it's all about. Getting to the winner's circle here at Seekonk Speedway, and the J&R recap number 1 had him covered tonight.
That's his kid.
Thank my crew, this guy doesn't give it up. We tore this guy up on
Yeah.
Can't touch it. Can't touch it.
And I can't get up the motor. Yeah, you've got precision race half throttle, what can I say? It takes more power than you can deal with. Precision power, half throttle, ladies and gentlemen, but get overhead.
You guys from behind, can I see you? No.
Two of them. Johnny's got the slowest camera in the world. These new batteries. Your son
You don't know how many batteries I put in here.
Johnny, go ahead. Here they come. Send that street out, I'll hold them up here,
When there are so many safety precautions taken in both the automobile, the driver, and the driver's road, one still gets hurt. Yet they manage to make it through. Some of these contenders driving
New entity glass. Russ Tetro Jr. in car number 62 from Acushnet. The High Street Auto sponsored car number 62. Ed Gannon III in Swansea, car number 8. Arnold's Auto Salvage Showroom Touch sponsored automobile. Jeff Sutcliffe from Cumberland in car number 36 with...
We've got it. The green flag drops. And the field opens up nicely, but the 62 car gets just a little bit sideways, dropping back as the 6 car comes out on the outside, trying to take the lead. Steve Blaze really trying to muscle his way on the outside of that 18 car to take the lead. We'll try to get a lap time for you in a second. And the 33 gets a little loose and sideways and goes straight into the 18. I'm not sure exactly what happened if the 33 just lost it, but he's causing a lot of damage and wreaking havoc.
Flat tire.
Looks like he lost, I think you're right, Jim, he lost that right front tire and just could not handle it, went directly into the 2 liters.
Ow.
Now on the inside of the rear straightaway, we've got another sideways car. A chain of events completely, almost unrelated. Looking for the green. We've got it, ladies and gentlemen. As the field is relined, the number 6 car moves out ahead. Steve Blaze trying to maintain the lead that he once had. Being challenged by the 8, and look at the number 7 car go as the 62 gets sideways going into turn 2. The 7 car really getting muscular, and the 12 now going way high.
62 is going.
62 is back underway. We are avoiding the yellow flag. But boy, there was some tremendous action that happened in a matter of moments. The 7 car worked his way up from 4th position. We've got a black flag on the 62 now.
36 has got a flat tire.
36, Jim tells us, has got a flat tire. The 7 car, driven by Tony Ozlewski, is doing a great job.
Amasi Harmon in the 40 is pouring it on now.
6, 7, 0, 8, and 40. That's right, Amasi Harmon is really pouring it on. Amasi had himself a feature win just a couple of weeks ago. Going way high as we approach our halfway mark. Harmon going high, going 3 deep. 3 deep as they slide on, and whoa, he gets a little sideways, and I'm sure his right rear quarter was just about saying hello to the wall. And our leaders get involved in a skirmish.
Rusty Bryant and the 6 get backwards.
Which puts our 7 unofficially right now in 1st position. We'll see how they reline. Jim, that was that almost happened in slow motion as that 6 car and 0. Again, those GM cars dominate this track here at Seekonk Speedway. We've got our green flag. We're going. We're running.
Amasi can't get going.
And Amasi Harmon in the 40 car is really having some trouble. Can't get it moving. The 7 car being challenged by the 8 car.
Second turn.
Gannon in 2nd place with Harmon way up high. Really getting slippery. And the 63 tangle up. They get sideways. Into the wall. Oh, we're into the wall.
49 is backwards in the wall.
That 49 car backwards into the wall. And we've got yellow. We've got yellow.
We can't repeat enough that if you plan on being in the demolition derby, you gotta get your application in. Now, that's why it's there.
Lassie Harmon, he's got a good start this time, and he's really challenging the number 3 position, the number 2 position rather, in the 8 car. Harmon trying to make his move as the 8 car goes underneath. He doesn't. He overtakes the 7. That's the number 8 car. Well, then Gannon overtaking the 7 car, and now the battle rages on. Oh, Harmon knocks him up into the wall. 7 is completely sideways, 360 degrees, as Harmon banged him up into the wall with some aggressive driving in that 40 car, and now the 70 is sitting right outside of turn 3. We're going to see a yellow. That's the number 7 car of Tony Olszewski.
Oh, he'll be in the handicap.
NASCAR racing.
We've got our green, ladies and gentlemen. We're underway. Gannon muscles it out. Gets himself a quarter-second lead as they get a little down deep on the inside of turn 2. But Ed Gannon really muscles his way out, and obviously Harden is really driving furiously. Harmon is going in that 40 car, opening the gap between 2nd and 3rd position. Your current leader, the number 8 car of Ed Gannon III. Harmon is driving with hell's bells. He's really moving on high, and that's the same move that he attempted just a little earlier. We've got 2 laps to go. He goes up high, tries to drop down on the apex of the turn very low. It's an aggressive move. It takes a lot of courage from these drivers as they open it wide between the 2nd and 3rd position with 1 lap to go. White flag, 1 lap to go for the number 8 car. And they get a little entangled there. Harmon is driving hard and furious. He gets sideways and loses it. He's been rough riding, man.
Yeah, he was trying to spin.
He is really rough riding. And we've got the checker flag for the number 8 car of Ed Gannon III, ladies and gentlemen. Harmon completely lost it, driving very aggressively coming out of turn 1.
Second and third win.
Yeah, I've got. And he come out of it in front. Eddie Gannon III from Swansea. He's the Massachusetts Department of Corrections officer, sponsored by Arnold's Auto Salvage and the Showroom Touch. Nats Racing Engines, B&G Racing builds the chassis, and Eddie Gannon Sr. puts together that 81 Camaro.
Transport in the 11th position. It's the number 72 car of Al Clements III, sponsored by Island Tire. In the 10th position, 00 of Gene Weston, sponsored by Friends Auto. The 19 car is Rob Rotundo, sponsored by A&A Auto Parts. The number 68 car is Dave Titus. The number 43 car of Joe Cordero, sponsored by Sanford & Son Auto Parts.
This time around, as Scott LaBelle brings the field down, gets the jump at the line, and leads the field down into turn 1. Rich Napier in the 76 jumps right into that 3rd position, and here comes the 43 of Joe Cordero, makes contact with the 33, and well, Larry only makes heavy contact in the 47 against the 33. Roger Sisson, Matt Dewey, Joe Cordero all involved.
You know, the number 60 car just did a tremendous defensive job driving through that. Literally threading the needle at 70 or 75 miles an hour.
He looked like Dale Earnhardt going through that.
All right, 33's got a tire gone.
It looks like the number 30 speed stock feature, and once again it's a repeat as the 80 gets the whole shot. Rich Napier right on the back bumper, and down into turn 1 the field goes. The 68 making it 3 wide and going to grab the lead, passes 2 cars down the backstretch, hugs the bottom, gets underneath Scott LaBelle, and at the line takes the lead. And we have the 80 of Scott LaBelle getting completely sideways in front of the 91, and Larry Only in the 47 gets involved. The 03 also involved. The worst of the wear, though, is the number 80 as his back bumper is just about ready to fall.
We've gone 8 minutes, 1 lap.
Okay, it looks like it's going to be a go, and with this time around, it'll be the number 68 of Dave Titus and Rich Napier. Napier says, no way, I'm staying right alongside here, but the 68 goes in deeper, and the 76 has to follow down the backstretch. Behind the 68, the 37 gets her squiggly way up high on the backstretch. 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. The 34 automobile gets completely sideways and down through the infield grass. Rich Napier looking to get to the front, torridly working that back bumper of Dave Titus, looking for the opening. All it's going to take is for Dave Titus to drift a little high or keep her a little low, and Rich Napier will go around.
Well, we get sideways in turn 2, Ron.
Looks like the 03 and the 17, Pete.
Yep. You're absolutely right. You know, again, we've mentioned it before, in this division, sometimes there can be an imbalance where all the muscle is put into the motor and less into the suspension. And when they go high like that and race aggressively, look out.
Peter Fernandez in the 26 headed pit side, as well as the 03 of Paul Melberg. The battle up front is unbelievable. Rich Napier trying every trick in the book. The 68 gets a little bit sideways. Napier gets up along outside, but no. Titus takes him in a little deeper and maintains his lead. The field getting somewhat strung out now as the leaders try to work their way to the front. All of them want to get by that number 68 at the halfway point. It's still the 68 of Dave Titus. And Rod Rotundo and the 54 of Dean Petty make heavy contact. The 91 had no place to go. It was a head-on collision out of turn 4. And let's see, what is happening here on the front stretch, folks? What is happening here on the front stretch?
Completely connected up. 7 laps complete. This is 7 laps in about 13 minutes of racing.
And Ron Manfredo tells the 19, go to the pits.
And bring your bumper with you.
I didn't see what started that, but when I looked, there was a couple of cars in tough shape. The number 91 came around and had a head-on collision with the 24. The 91, I believe, is still moving, but the front has some severe damage here. He may have to go pit side to get some assistance from his crew.
Yeah, the 19 of Rotundo is really...
And it's the green flag. Once again, the two bang in the front a little bit, but they get it straightened out. Down into turn 1. Once again, Dave Titus jumps right out. Dean Petty looking to the bottom of the 76, wants that second position. Let's see what happens as it unfolds before us.
Well, Petty's been running very, very well this year at Seekonk Speedway. He's had his share of controversy, but he's doing a good job tonight.
Unbelievable, Pete. Came from 19th starting spot in 7 laps. He's worked his way up and now works the back bumper of Dave Titus. Titus comes out of 4 a little bit sideways, manages to keep it straight. Dean Petty's just biding his time, waiting for the 68 to make a mistake. Petty goes up high, down into turn 3, puts the pedal to the metal, gets right up alongside of the 68, gets it sideways, and the 68 is able to maintain that lead.
And again, Ron, that's a perfect example of how these cars are not balanced between motor power and suspension systems. They've got to be really careful when they get high like that.
It'll be 4 to go this time around for Dave Titus. 4 to go. Rich Napier working the bottom. Here comes Matt Dewey for that 3rd position. Gets underneath the 54 of Dean Petty, looking for that 3rd position. And down into turn 3 he goes. 3 laps left, and Matt Dewey working his way to the front. Gets by Dean Petty. Now has to work on the back bumper of Rich Napier. And this time around it will be 2 to go. 2 to go for Dave Titus. Keep an eye on that number 68. Oh, he gets her sideways and Napier sees the opening. Looks to the outside. tries to shut the door on Matt Dewey, but Matt Dewey gets that second position. One more lap to go, folks. Keep an eye on this one. It's going to be a barn burner. Titus is getting loose, smoothly working his way around as Matt Dewey on the back bumper, and it'll be half a lap to go for Dave Titus. 1/2 a lap to go.
Petty lost a lot of time with that mistake he made coming into turn 1.
And at the line, it is the number 68 of Dave Titus, Matt Dewey second, with Rich Napier in third. But right now, the man of the hour is Attleboro, Mass resident, number 68, Dave Titus.
Seekonk's automobile, car number 68, sponsored by the Atlantic Cafe. And he picks up his half of the Street Division features. Ladies and gentlemen, look at what we've done. We managed to get it in. Mother Nature has been raining all around us. Francis says, keep them moving. Everybody is ready to have a nervous breakdown because we haven't had a moment to breathe. Normally, we don't get through it.
By yourself. Get the Atlantic careful there, sir. Get the Atlantic careful with that.
What?
No, wait a minute, just you. Hey, Jay's got a flyboard. It's just you. What are you going to do?
Woo! All you guys, get in there.
Take the girls. Yeah? Let me take this. Wait. No.
What? They're yelling just the crew now. I know.
Hey, Johnny, take it later walking up there.
What's that?
All right, come on, kids.
All right, come on, kids.
Hey, Richard, get over here. Look that road.
And free!
Get him alone. All right, come on.
You can't stand in front of the sign.
No, they keep these.
Hey, let's go. Get out of the way, Dan. Not a size, Becky.
Scoop down on it. Guys in the front.
There's a jack in the box, eh?